Space Station next. That's a hell of a series. Hopefully we get to peek into that. In the meantime, we've got ours just about ready to go here. This is EXO and COL Complexity.
Well, let's get it in. Game 2 on its way. Elimination bracket. Whatever team loses this series, their tournament life is over. No more opportunities for them. Complexity had such a strong start yesterday. Came out up 2-0 versus E United in the pools, but then choked that game away. Reverse sweat, choked game 5 in particular. You want to see them get some more ice in them this time around. But already Huss able to get away with his camouflage, and things not looking great for Complexity early on.
Complexity looking for a comeback story, and the boys in red looking to control the spotlight. I think some of us don't know them too well just yet, and they want to be known, I think, by the end of this. Let's see what these boys can do. Of course, 6 kills to start it out. That camo now no longer in play. MoNsTcR eyes on the sword. I think he's going to make the rotation.
Alex Shock, a player from the Gears of War scene, got a top 16 finish at Kansas City, playing with that Red Wolves roster. I believe, did they upset PK? I think they might have upset PK.
Navi, they upset Navi.
Oh, Navi, yeah, that's right. They beat Navi. They went through like so many teams. I think they ended up losing to PK in game 5, if I recall correct. They were doing insane, and Alex Shock was a big reason for that. Complexity, it's a whole new roster. Hysteria once with the team, now on his way out, replaced by CyKul and Neuronical. Triton moved his way over towards Oxygen, who have looked great. I mean, they came out top 2 in their pool, and they're going to be playing against Sentinels in the winner's bracket.
No shortage of young talent on that Complexity team, but Shock, he is a menace for sure, as he does get the double. Vetra just trying to stay alive, hold on to that position, and get tagged in the back and the front. That's a sandwich you don't want to be a part of. That leads to Bid teaches with a Shock in hand a repulsor coverage on pipes. Neuronical might think twice about challenging this.
I got Bids. He wants to get aggressive, right? But he knows how important his life is. And once CyKul went on the flank, it's him and Vetra with the long duo that get the kills. And now Bids back against the wall, trying to find a way to survive. And CyKul's his next target. The hold this metal comes through. And Bid, oh my God, what an aggressive push onto MoNsTcR. And Shock's going to be able to clean it up and get that shock rifle back. And it's a little bit of a deja vu on the screen as Huss has the camo needler, and it's Vetra who fears the pink mist once again.
The exact same combo the man started with. He's just a menace on the map, apparently. Ironically, he doesn't know who he is. Oh, no. Oh, but he got repulsed.
All right, this is why you don't use the needler.
A little offset to the movement, and that needler just goes haywire, right? It can be the most powerful gun in close quarters and also just absolutely terrible. And that's the risk you take. But Shock not looking to take any risks with this one.
Shock trying to get the rotation around. Players to his left and right. Oh my God, he somehow found okay. I was like, he's like, maybe found the god timing to get away from there, but no, Shock does eventually go down, and now Complexity has an opportunity, right? EXO, they played so well to start, but suddenly they find themselves in a potential spawn collapse.
EXO with just 1 kill advantage in this situation. Shokoye gonna try to hold on to it like his life depends on it. Tied up now. MoNsTcR might get aggressive off this. Neuronical, what a slide, by the way. He hits the one off the box there in control. Tough one to land, but if you land it confidently like he did, you just fly straight through the hallway, straight to A, straight into a couple slays, apparently, too. On the side of EXO, they all drop.
Finally able to take down CyKul, stop the push for now. EXO with some breathing room, but this game finally switches hands over to Complexity, and for the first time we can see camouflage going into the hands of Complexity. MoNsTcR well situated to get that in his hands and to get away. Vetra with the shock rifle, everything is basically mounted against EXO, but they're able to find the shock rifle player of Vetra, and now they just need to find MoNsTcR with the camo.
And he's not going to be easy to find. Bid seems to know where he is now, but Bid is a tough spot. Gotta love the movement out of this man as he just finesses his way around that pillar. Smart play from MoNsTcR to recognize he's not going to win this fight. He might get embarrassed. Let me just get out of this and into a reversal trade. The best he could have hoped for, but credit to BidTeaches for making things dicey. Neuronical here to try to get the pieces of this. A 1-kill advantage. Oh, make it a tie game as this one stays dangerously close.
Yeah, I mean, have you ever seen a player have to disengage because the other player's movement was just too good? It's not, Bid didn't even put in a shot. He was just jiggle peeking.
Yep.
He said, nope, not doing this.
On the pole.
There we go, another kill for CyKul, but Shokoye there to get the cleanups. And now Neuronical is going to have to try to back his way down, but a chase is in turn as Shock is looking to get the finish.
EXO slowly whittling away at complexity here. Shock, big part of the reason why. Just being a nuisance with the sword back A. BidTeaches opposite side map. Nice little 2-2 split here. Actually, no, BidTeaches by himself. And he knows it. Going to try to play it safe as he holds the perimeter. Huss center map. The entirety of complexity trying to figure out where will they answer, where will they push through. Watch their faces while they do it too. Huss looking for a head.
Shock Rifle can change the game. It's about hitting the big shots. Neuronical takes that challenge, has no fear. He's going to back Huss down for the moment. The Shock Rifle just going left and right, not able to get the finishes. And Shokoye tries to get at least a little bit of value out of the push, but it looks like Complexity is going to be able to survive the onslaught. And with Camo coming up, this could be a big momentum shift for the team.
Shock just thinking about whether, yeah, he knows Vetra's there. Vetra trying to be a tough target, sitting behind stacks, not going to come away with his life. Shock now plants the camo in the body. CyKul needs to find an answer in that fight. Shock honestly getting very aggressive despite having the utility there. He loses it. EXO still holding on to a narrow lead as we get to the 40-point mark here, but Vetra closed the line.
Short to get back into that action right away, but he gets kept down short. EXO just been able to maintain a bit of a lead, and Complexity just trying to find an answer for it. And MoNsTcR, that's a massive kill to get the sword out of the hands of EXO. They tie it up, and suddenly Shokoye running with the tail between his legs, but Neuronical says, get back here, boy. He's coming for the kill, and Shokoye heads down. Neuronical gonna be able to break the tie.
Shokoye doing everything he could to just shake up that situation. But unfortunately, like you said, tie is now broken. 43 on the board as Complexity starts to mount the challenge. Shock does turn it around. That'll slow their roll. Complexity needs to work off numbers once again. They've taken back the side of the map they want, but Vetra tagged by Nades. He's now down, making a spree and a double out of MoNsTcR. That is huge. Brings them to 45.
And suddenly EXO, they're going to find themselves spawning all on top of each other at A, and Neuronical has quick access, and you see MoNsTcR coming in for the pinch. Neuronical hears Huss from underneath. He needs to get this kill, but Huss comes out with a big fight. One player, I believe it was Shock, was able to get a shot in the back of Neuronical, and that leads to a tied game. And suddenly Complexity find themselves counter-trapped over in the pipe room, but they have some utility to work with, right? Shock Rifle in hand, and the ability to at least try to find an easy pick to break their way out.
Here comes Vetra. Two-man push into long haul. Huss with a counter nade. He'll get the trade. He's got to back off now. He knows they're coming in hot and heavy. CyKul looking for him. Shock getting tagged. Shokoye getting tagged by CyKul. He's shooting everything. Gonna keep these boys back away from Camo. Camo might be for the game here. Neuronical knows it. Clutching up in his fight. Picks up Camo. Can't quite slip out of the fight. 49 on the board for EXO. 49 all as MoNsTcR gets away with the kill. A slight mistake, and that's it for the game.
MoNsTcR survives, and that keeps the game on the table for Complexity. EXO, they're going to mount their pressure towards C-Plat, waiting for the opportunity to push through. Shokoye is going on the flank. Does Vetra hear him? I think Vetra hears him. He has the repulse to work with. He could find someone bopped off the edge. Vetra using the box.
He's
There's
alone.
Two players. Vetra gets the kill! It's the 1v2. Vetra comes out on top!
How did he do it? Louis, we need a replay. The final kill in the game, and the man is at odds in a 2v1. The repulse misses. Shokoye plants it out early, doesn't hit it. Huss is there. Shokoye thinks he has help. Vetra is weak. You know what? Shokoye must have gotten tagged in the hallway.
No, it's
the nade?
It's the team nade that gets him.
The team nade?
Honestly, that's Shokoye just needs to be patient, right? What happens is right here. So let's play it from right here, Louis. We go through, right? Shokoye with his teammate Vetra is over top. Vetra hears them. He goes for the drop, and Shokoye just reacts way too quickly. If he would have just played a little bit more time,
yeah,
he just freaks out as soon as he sees him. He's just like, hey, repulses. It's not even close to him, and then he gets right up onto his face, and he might have gotten a ghost melee, but
I want to believe that he didn't punch. I want to believe that a 49-all game didn't come down to a ghost melee, and it was just Vetra who's built different.
I mean, at the end of the day, if Shokoye keeps the repulse and plays it right, I mean, they win the game. So at the end of the day, Shokoye did choke. You need to not just send off that repulse the second you see someone and not even be in the vicinity of that repulse working, and if he would have just gone on top of that box, used that repulse, flung Vetra away, they would have won that game.
Garrett Dubstep says in the chat that 343 won that game.
Hey, I like it. 343 always on top, you know what I'm saying? Dubs on dubs.
Dubs on dubs, whatever.
CyKul.
We move on.
Able to get the kill, and we're in game 3, and I mean, dude, we're talking 1 kill, 1 point on Stronghold. This could be a 2-0 in favor of EXO.
As a true competitor, you cannot let the results of the last game get to you. The fact that it went down to 49-all is not going to shake up Shokoye. Man's got an overkill, a flag in his hands. He doesn't care how that went. He's coming out with a ferocious intent, I think, off the rip here, Garrett.
Yeah, he's a little upset at himself that he let that game slip by. He's trying to put the team on his back and get that cap in. I don't think anyone from Complexity will get there in time. Shokoye does it all by himself. First flag on board for EXO.
No looking back. Press on, do so confidently. Shokoye with a back smack to follow it up, and a sword for another. This man leading the board, by the way, 7-0 to start the game. You've activated the beast.
Just jump off the map. Bid, he goes flying as he tries to stabilize onto that bottom spikes, but did not get there in time. Look at Shock, just hiding underneath. A little grimy action from him. He could find himself behind 3 players and get an easy enough slay. He has the grapple to go flying as well, so it's all going to be up to him with his low presence play. Neuronical finds him out. They both miss the melee, but Shock comes out on the top of the fight. MoNsTcR, he's going to be able to get the trade. So I don't know. Alex Shock not quite able to get the value that he really wanted out of that life, but the return comes in nonetheless.
He's definitely a bit of a maniac, though. He's no shields, goes for the shots into MoNsTcR immediately, right? He's like, let me do damage. I need to do damage. Shock wouldn't do more damage once again. That nade does get the kill. That'll open up a line of sight there, right-hand side. MoNsTcR from up above, just peppering Huss. Gonna make it tough to break through. Smart little back down by Huss as he tries to reposition, but the shot's coming in from behind.
It's just not happening for him. Starting to see EXO. They need to play it solid defense right here. Shock gets the first, but Neuronical finds the easy trade, and suddenly they've been able to find kill after kill. And Complexity is working out of their base. I mean, Neuronical did all that work while one shot, and he's going to be able to lead the charge with Vetra as they start to push into the base of EXO.
Vetra trades out with Neuronical. Bait and switch opportunity as they break through left-hand side. MoNsTcR deals with his pimp. Neuronical cover in the back door. Doesn't quite work. 3 dead. EXO find an opening. They're going to push up off of this. Huss, first man to get to flag. Spawners up opposite side. CyKul already there. Huss needs a piv to do this, and he won't take it. CyKul with a defensive kill. Not about to let them get through easy.
Shock able to get this skewer, and this skewer can make all the difference. It's a one-shot kill no matter where. And if you can find the tippy toe, get that opening pick, and then push your team through, it can open up so many opportunities. But there's a risk to it, right? Takes so long to reload. Shock gets one, but the trade's immediate.
A little back and forth here to start the game. We had a crazy opening at a Shokoye who just destroyed everyone, grabbed flag, planted it in. Things have slowed down a bit since. As I say it, Vetra finding a thread the needle shot there to pick up the kill. Still tagging up Shock. He'll take the double forward flag in hand, and Vetra will start the run and kick off the pace here for Complexity.
Trying to get that one through. Shokoye has a flag of his own, so we're gonna have a standoff for the time being as Neuronical tries to get the shots in. I think CyKul's going to be the one that breaks everything open. He's going to be able to get the first nade hit. MoNsTcR has the overshield. MoNsTcR stays on the map, and he's ready to take on Bid. Flag is immediately down. Huss is the only player that can maybe try to get the touch, but you're going up against a full overshield. He gets the touch on the left. The sword comes in. He did his job.
Shokoye off the opening and off that flag pickup. This man has made the biggest plays in this game, hands down. He's trying to stay alive. Grapple rotation back to center, and he's done it. At least for now, Vetra looking for. Oh, he's still weak. What's he doing? He's crazy.
He's going rogue, man. He wanted to get that kill.
But he did his job.
Hey, I think he just did too much. It's like if he would have gotten his shields back, I think maybe they have a better chance to fight for that. He just flies at Vetra, and it's a quick death that eventually relays into a flag cap for Complexity. Tied game with just 7 minutes on the clock to work with, and suddenly, I mean, the momentum that EXO had early in the game, it's basically gone at this point.
Here we are, tied up, back to the midline, back to opportunities for big plays, right? Everybody, or anyone, sorry, who finds the opening, who finds that outplay, creates what could be another cap for the team. KotH is going to be the one to open things up. Shots into MoNsTcR. He's got some help of the team there to get aggressive. EXO looking for it. They'll get to back base for this. Should be a flag pull for them as they get it started.
Moving on its way, Neuronical trying his best to get some opening damage in, but it won't be enough. You can see Vetra and MoNsTcR spawning all the way on the other side. They're going to be able to try to overextend, but you can see the damage already coming in, and I think Bid's going to be able to punch this one in. Oh, just at the last second it stopped, but Shokoye gets the clean up 2-1 lead, and CyKul looking to get a counter as he gets 2 back-to-back. Double for him. Flag is out and away, and it could be a quick counter for Complexity.
CyKul out here making plays, flag in hand, double dilemma. OS bottom mid. They got to run the flag. They got to pay attention to this OS. Huss just YOLOing it. He'll die. That OS still down. Bottom mid. MoNsTcR thinking about slays. He's nearby it. That flag's still in play, still on the move. CyKul has been rotating it. Don't think it's gone in just yet. Did it get returned?
Yeah, CyKul got killed right off the rotation.
Killed.
So it just wasn't able to get any further. And now it's Vetra who's coming back with the overshield, trying to make his own play as he gets the double, and he's in the matrix, man, dodging grenades to his left and right. He sees the grapple in front of him. He'll try to pick that up and make the most of it.
More and more Complexity continue to give this a good old try. It's not quite working just yet, though. EXO just holding on. They'll once again break through base, pick up flag. Shokoye. Oh, stop it. Oh, he stole and he got a perfect. You gotta love the fact that he did not falter there. I'm sure on his screen he didn't see the hit marker, because that is just blasphemy that we even witnessed it. But the fact that he turned and burned with that perfect kill, you got to give credit to. Oh
My God, bro! This weapon, there's something glitched within the observer mode. It's give me some heart palpitations with those hit markers. But we see a 3-1 lead for EXO, and finally, this is like the first time we really felt like EXO just has a firm grasp on the game, right? This is their game to lose at the moment. With Neuronical being last alive, it's not like he can move this easily as Shokoye tries to get a position for an easy cleanup, and Neuronical not going to be able to get a shot off in time.
EXO doing their job, though. 3-1 here, 4 minutes on the clock. Shokoye gonna break back out of base on grapple side. OS now up. Didn't quite check the... Oh, you know what? Because he has a game plan in mind. Brings it to the body. Shokoye gonna get out with that OS, but look at how quickly he's getting tagged. Vetra with shots. MoNsTcR there on the chase. Shokoye gonna get out as quickly as he can with the sliver he's got to work with, but the man, yeah, he's in trouble. Just kind of delaying the situation, I think, would be the game plan here for EXO, just making it possible for Complexity.
Pushing through, this is an opportunity for Complexities. Look at all this pressure that they have in this back base as they slowly try to pick apart, but Bid just gets into the MoNsTcR's face and staying alive. Bid's gonna be able to get 2. Wow, one shot puts a couple beatdowns into the corpse of Neuronical, shutting Complexity down by himself.
Did he? Oh yeah, he got him. Nice throw out of Vetra. At the very least, he takes a trade. CyKul, he knows you're there. He'll pick him up in the corner. Complexity still have an opportunity. 3 minutes to work with. They need to start unifying, making some big plays here. Starts with CyKul once again. He ran the flag last time, was cut off previously. Nice little rotation, though. Clips out with the curb slide. As he runs the flag, he gets a faster run through the doorway. And that's going to bring him ever so closer to the cap. As we say it, I think there might be a pull opposite side, though. Counter, there's a standoff in play.
Standoff's in play, but you can see Monster's above Huss, and Monster is going to go refill his grenades, and he's going to make a play for the flag. Huss is in trouble. Opening shots come through. Shokoye trying to get to the help in time, and the nades come through. Some great help, and suddenly it's a 4 flag grab that's in point for EXO, and they, I mean, just won this game through and through.
Complexity just not finding it at the capture, not winning the fights they need to. I think in a large part due to Shokoye. The man is 24-11. You got to really give him some credit. Like anyone else in a 49-all situation, not getting that final kill could have checked you, could have put you out of the running in game 3. But Shokoye, the exact opposite happened. The man just completely came to play.
And suddenly, EXO, I mean, they have reverse sweep on their mind. They are looking damn impressive thus far, and it's Shockill just lurking underneath. Will be able to get the back smack, and I don't think they're going to be able to get that flag back in. Monster comes with the overshield, returns in, and I'm not going to say there isn't enough time for Complexity maybe to make some miracle happen.
This needs to be perfect. Like, no defense, straight into capture. They need to plant it in. Still haven't seen it. Still, there we go. Finally. A little bit of defense coming out of MoNsTcR here, but there needs to immediately be a rotation opposite side map to get a touch, and that was MoNsTcR who was trying to do it. He didn't get away with it. CyKul now the closest one to the pick, but they got a minute to run 2 flags, or to run 1 and touch the second. Just about impossible on a map like Catalyst, but Complexity, they will try.
Yeah, top mid runs are fast. You can get them done in about 15-20 seconds. But Bid, dude, Bid just keeps finding doubles like out of nowhere, and he stays alive. And now Neuronical, he's gonna be able to get this flag out. 45 seconds and counting. You can't waste too much time. With the nades from Shock, gonna shut him down short. EXO coming off their respawn and making this mixy.
Very mixy. Oh my God, MoNsTcR playing with death there on the edge of the map. Not too much time to make a decision here. Less than 30 seconds, looking just about impossible as Neuronical does not win the trade. Shokoye will bounce away with his 27th kill. Shock sitting on the re. EXO knows that finally they put themselves on the board, and is this just the start of a little reversal, or Complexity, can they shut this out before it gets out of hand? Vetra.
Bad manners, Shock. Bad manners.
You think?
Yeah, Vetra's just sitting there crouching at the bottom. He just said GG, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know, you got to help that KD a little bit. You know, go +4 instead of +3. I get it. We're moving into game number 4, and
Complexity, they're a bunch of young guns. Expect them to bounce back here. Didn't get a look at the game type. Live fire, what are we looking at? King or
it's probably Stronghold. King or Oddball. They had Stronghold in game 1. We have King of the Hill on live fire for our next game. And dude, I have a feeling this one's gonna be like down to the wire once again. I just feel like there's no other way for this series to go.
Garrett Luxury in the chat says, I wonder how much it would cost to just hire these guys for like 2 hours.
What do you want us for? That's the question.
What are we talking about? What are we
sus as hell, bro. We see Complexity, EXO coming out strong. We see a lot of presence put towards the hill for EXO. Looks like they're just going to leave this overshield for now. Shock is the only real player that has an opportunity to even have eyes on that overshield. But it looks like this could be no, okay, MoNsTcR's already there. I was gonna say they could get a dummy spawn, but you see those players come back. Tower EXO ready to fight for this overshield. It's gonna be up to CyKul, Vetra, and Neuronical to keep them away. CyKul gets the first. The overshield does drop into the favor of EXO, so a great recovery from them.
Shokoye once again with energy off the opening strat. Oh, did he? Oh my God! The leave behind stick into a double reversal. This man looking snappy off the rip here.
Shokoye gets to this hill. EXO finally get the break and the time. And you can see Complexity spawning all the way towards those dummies. So Bid gonna be very important here to stay alive towards tower. And look, Shokoye, even though he's getting this hill time, he wants to be that long distance pair. He wants to try to help him as much as he can, and Complexity just struggling to find their way through. And I'm gonna say, man, we haven't been talking about him too much, but the way Bid Teaches has played this game has been phenomenal. The way that he plays when he's isolated on the island is top tier. He consistently finds one or two to go with him, buys time for his team, and it alleviates so much pressure for his teammates.
I don't know too much about him, but I've heard he's a bit of an OG in the community as well. So any kind of veteranship you can bring to a roster like this definitely can be useful. 6 and 4 to start as trades go left and right. Shokoye gonna find his. Snaps on the monster too. This man is moving quick, and you love to see it. Nice little rotation straight through center map. Gets the cutoff onto Vetra. Cleans him up. There goes OS. Killing spree as he snaps on the CyKul. CyKul now one shot. Shokoye doing so much work there to leave things open for Shock to do his thing.
Just impressive. Shokoye's been impressive with the way he's been slaying. Yeah, it's just he couldn't afford to miss one single bullet of the burst. He had everything perfect, and it led the overshield go into his team's favor. Shock eventually gets the kill. Monster's on his way out as Bid goes for the chase. Everything is just going wrong for Complexity off this rip. It just doesn't seem as if they can get any of this momentum. Shock gets the double. Neuronical, he's gonna have to wait for his teammate spawn. This is gonna be a good chunk of time for EXO.
It's been the EXO show for sure. Hard to even pay attention to what's going on with Complexity after some of the plays we've witnessed. Neuronical, oh, he'll peek into the DMs though. There goes Shock. Shokoye, thankfully, nearby to clean that up. Shots on the CyKul, too, for the double. I hate to say, but every time I witness this man's POV, he's doing something pretty. Like, I can't not gas him. He's going to pick up a snipe here. Let's see the man hit ahead.
If EXO wins this game, man, they could be like thinking that they should be like a 4-0 up. You know what I'm saying? With how this game has gone. Sniper drops into the back of tower. EXO so close to finishing this hill. Oh my Huss. Huge win on the Vetra. I think he expected to get punched, right?
No. So there's a feature that hasn't been patched in those pillars. You can throw nades under the pillars, and they go through the bottom of the pillar and bounce out the other side. So he was trying to get cheeky, but he tossed the nade, and it bounced into his ankles. But yeah, you can shoot, I think, the plasma pistol, or you can shoot the heat wave through it. It bounces under the pillar, so does nades. Never got patched. Just been there since launch.
That would have been gross if it worked out for him, because that player was well positioned for those nades to bounce and get the kill. And you see two players go down. Complexity, they're going to see the respawn screen, and it's 2-0 for EXO. Overshield as well for Shock, and he's going to be able just to punch his way through this next hill, and this is disastrous for Complexity.
It is looking a little rough. Complexity and the caught in the pinch there too. Back B coverage coming out of Nest to light him up as already time on the board here for EXO. Huss looking for more victims, but Shock's got it covered. He's doing good here. OS whittling away as he's got no challengers. Complexity looking to unify, maybe push together. They don't have any resources, which is the brutal part here. Huss has it all. No more OS at the very least, but Shock has done his damage on the kill feed.
It's like Complexity gave up the fight. Like they haven't applied a half second of pressure towards this hill. It's still Shock who's just sitting in there getting all the hill time, and they're gonna go up 3-0, and 3-0 is backbreaking in hill. Now it's now they have no reason to really push into anything. They can just play Slayer if they want. They have 3 hills to work with.
That was kind of nasty at a monster for the record, though. The dude hit a curb slide, repulse, flyby, heat wave. He's doing it again, coming in aggressive with the kill. But yeah, like you said, it's not just a 3-0. Like, it's a 3-0 complete shutout without, much. This is the most capture time I think we've seen all game on any hill, just off of how perfectly EXO have been playing. So Complexity going to try to finally snap into action, but you start to worry. If they don't regain here, will they regain in Game 5?
It's been heartbreaking losses for EXO, though, and you can never let up as Complexity. I mean, they haven't felt really any pressure towards this hill at all. Finally, you see Bid and Shock working together to try to get him out, but Neuronical of a well-placed grenade takes down Shock, and Bid's going to have to opt for a reach out in a different area.
Oh, okay.
And I think Complexity, yeah, they get the job done. They're going to be able to get the kills and the overshield. And now if I'm Neuronical, you see, this is what I don't like. You're in this position, you need to get max value. He needs to wait to pop that overshield. I know it's going to get him this hill, and he's still going to have a little bit to work with, but I really would like to see Neuronical get a little selfish with that overshield.
I think he thought maybe pressure would come in a little bit earlier, but good point, right? Just hide behind the pillar. Like, you got cover to work with, and if you're in trouble, you pop it. Get out of there with full shields to work with. Either way, no more OS to speak of. One hill on the board here for Complexity. What a nade. Not even sure where that one landed, but it worked. Fight for the tower, crucial here, and EXO going to prioritize that first. CyKul looking to ruin the party, though.
Look at that. He's not going to let Shock even try to have any freedom. Throwing the nades, getting the shots in, kill in order. And what you really want right here is you want to control both tower and A at the same time and try to force the spawns towards green. And with the sniper up at tower, that's half the job done. They just need to win the fights towards sandbags and start to expand themselves. Complexity look like a different beast in the second half of this game.
They've woken up, and Vetra at the helm here can make some plays, make sure they stay on that spawn screen. Doesn't quite tag Huss. Nades flying off in center. This central hill so difficult to work with. Thankfully for Complexity, those first 3 hills went by so quickly. They do have a bit of time to play off of as Vetra looking to make a play of his own. They're not going to get the kill. They going all for it. What? Bid with a full rotation around the tower, dodging nades, picking up kills, grabbing snipe.
2:29 Eastern Time, August 6th.
Wait,
here
what time of day?
Vetra. I mean, Vetra's life was ended. I mean, that's oh God, Bid.
Oh, what a clothesline. That's gonna check you.
God, dude, how is Bid still alive? He's still alive from that opening play, and this is the difference, right? They don't have to play Scrappy in that hill. He's like, yeah, you guys can get this hill. That's no big deal. I'm gonna take the reach out from a different angle. It's gonna be an easy one. Monster goes down. Unfortunately for his teammates, they all fall as well and shock the last line. And it's going to be an easy enough kill for Complexity. They're going to be able to get this middle hill as we move back into the original rotation. They need to get this one in 2 minutes and 20 seconds. A 3-0 lead slipping away for EXO.
That hill was not without contention. Definitely back and forth. Shokoye trying to make sure they've got some kind of coverage off the opening of this one. And so far, they are winning fights. CyKul still up. Looking for what he thought was a back smack. Still got the kill. That's all that matters. He's still alive, still holding down B. Nades, heat waves coming in and repulse him off. Gets the melee for the kill. Trades like that so crucial just so they can keep him staggered. Hopefully get some control. As I say it, Shokoye, he sends him sailing.
Eventually, Vetra is going to be able to get the nade to come through. Neuronical playing slow. Huss is going to be his next victim. Did he make him a unicorn? No, it looks like that nade just misses the forehead, and Neuronical stays alive, and that's a massive lift from him because he's going to be able to get back into this hill, stop the timer for now, and get themselves one step closer to tying this game up.
Spawners back A. One player, Shokoye, against all odds. He's still staying alive here. You can see Complexity trying to tag him up. Vetra, he thought he was actually, I guess he was picking up Sniper, but got melted for it. Monster thankfully gets a double to answer. That snipe's still down. I think Bib Teaches might have collected it as they try to put together some sort of a setup here. Bid does have the snipe.
And Vetra needs to slow himself down. I mean, he's not having his greatest game, but he needs to be listening to his teammates. He goes to sandbags. There's a player that's one shot towards his right. He doesn't even bother to look as he prioritizes the snipe, and it ends up being his death. And now Overshield goes into the hands of Huss, and you can start to see how things start to spiral out of control as it looks as if Game 5 is on the horizon. Huss taking on the 1v2. He has no cares. The hill gets captured. Game 5 Slayer, here we come.
This is rough. I hate to say it. Almost feels like, and I saw it said in the chat earlier, is this karma or something for the...
FaZe versus Space Station. United's down there. It's going to be a tough matchup in that round 3.
In the meantime, I can't wait to see this finally close. I'm going to be looking to Shokoye, see if he can hold on to the menace that he's been. Just those last 2 games, he's definitely turned it on. We'll see if he can keep that pace. And we'll see if the boys on Complexity can activate and finally show us they can dominate when things get going.
Well, here we go. Game 5, everything on the line, and it's Bid who strikes first, man. It does not feel as if he can lose any of those up-close fights. Vetra's coming in to play cleanup crew. Neuronical with the trade. And it looks like Complexity will take the early map control, but you never can count these boys from EXO out as Vetra's looking for this camo player. Look at that, Vetra well aware. He catches us right on the clamber.
Huss still staying up. Very important. Going to give EXO an opportunity as he comes in with a collapse of his own. There goes one. They will call this out. Huss backing out the fight. Use the nades to create a wall of defense. He will ring around the rosy here, though. Going to try to chase down MoNsTcR. Clean up onto him. Make it 8-6 as he narrowly stays alive.
Wow, and I don't think CyKul's going to be able to finish him. And Shokoye comes to save the push, and that's a massive live on the side from Huss. And already Complexity starting to feel a little bit of the heat that EXO's providing. They're starting to see more and more of the kill feed light up red as EXO completes the push. It's only CyKul last alive, and it's Alex Shock in the one-on-one.
Shock comes out with 2. 13-7 off that play. Complexity risking being in the blender here. EXO with their numbers, they can use this to collapse. It looks like Neuronical, CyKul going to be the first victims of it. CyKul opening shots for Shokoye there to help. Shock not going to get the kill, though. Neuronical with the reach out. Shokoye takes 1. Shokoye looking for 2. He won't find it. A double for Neuronical. Bid there to answer as they stabilize their lead. MoNsTcR with a slight whiff on the melee, and Huss will make him feel it. And he gets out as well.
Imagine shooting a body, your teammate being there, and them not being able to get the cleanup. Huss is a magician, slipping away from every player that tries to find him. Finally, his reign of terror is shut short as Neuronical will get the killjoy. But it's already a sprouted 8-6 kill lead for EXO. But the camouflage moving into Chance MoNsTcR's hands. And this could be the momentum shift that Complexity is looking for.
Complexity trying to turn it around. 4 kill deficit, everyone on EXO together in blue base. This is their time to strike. CyKul takes 1. Shokoye, oh my god, he has no fear. MoNsTcR camoed up thinking he's safe, but Shokoye just closes the gap immediately. Now looking for Vetra. Stuck in a corner, Huss will clean him up with a melee. 23 now as they break out of what looked like a team collapse. They flipped it around. They won the fight.
You gotta send 3 players to finish it. And suddenly Complexity, they're quickly running out of time, right? You need to be able to start stabilizing your position. EXO just is flying into your face time and time again and getting these massive kills. And dude, I love how Bid just takes re-challenges, man. Yeah. He's methodical with it. Very confident, very smooth, and it's resulted in tons of kills for his team. And Huss has been incredible thus far. 10-2 to start this game, and a lot of that is him just staying alive rather than just getting kills.
Huss definitely stealing the show here, like you said, 10-2. Neuronical left alone. The only man positive on his team right now is Neuronical as they try to get back to some safety. Perfect shots at a Huss to just get in and out of fights. Almost surviving there. The damage he's doing making it so difficult for Complexity to find an answer. Look at the deficit that's been created. Vetra, if they don't slow it down, if they don't stabilize, that is it for their tournament life.
Things are looking shaky on Complexity's side. I mean, the shots are going awry. They need just to slow themselves down, get the team shot going, and build some momentum. The only player who's really showing an impact right now is Neuronical at 12-7. Everyone else just having a game to forget, but Shokoye with the camo once again, he gets the heat wave to work with as well. This is a deadly combination.
Just barely getting out of that fight, though. Vetra still in the chase. Shokoye in trouble, comes out with a trait. 35 on the board here. EXO getting so close to reverse sweep territory as MoNsTcR hits the feed as well. EXO fighting for a chance at G2, by the way. For anyone who's interested, G2 is their next competitor, assuming they get through this, and so far so good.
Oh my god, 3 players from Complexity come through. Shock! I mean, he's able to at least take 1 with him, and the rest of his teammates coming to fly. It's a 9-kill lead for EXO to work with as they approach the end game.
just inching closer. Still a lead to work with. Neuronical needs to live. 3 dead, though. All of a sudden, Complexity, they find an answer. Bid alone. He's going to have to get out of this fight, maybe find a trade or just rotate out to safety with his teammates. Now spawning nearby, he does have that coverage. Vetra needs to think twice about the Chow. CyKul will cycle out with him as they try to bait and switch their way through fights. They're getting chased, but MoNsTcR there, a saving grace top map, finds the angle. Shock, Huss, they're flying in base together. EXO just trying to stabilize. 6 kill deficit.
I think EXO's getting a little too ahead of themselves, a little too aggressive, and Complexity's taking advantage. What was a 9-kill lead suddenly shaved down to 4. It's a team wipe, and Complexity's right back in this game, and you can tell how bad they want it. Huss and Bid try to get away, but the onslaught is here. The cavalry charges forward as MoNsTcR gets the kill, and Bid has to run, the tail between his legs.
Complexity says, wait a second. We're not done yet. Camo up top mid, everyone on EXO back blue. Minus Shokoye. Shokoye's up on car. He's looking for an angle. That camo, I think, still slipped out of the engagement. Huss now, he's weak. No shields, round corner. CyKul trying to live as well. MoNsTcR with a kill, 38 as they do stay within 3. MoNsTcR scampering. It's not enough to stay up, and Vetra, he needs to get something going here. But the man's running out of options. Uh-oh.
Collapse from both sides. That camo being nullified going to be a huge benefit to EXO as they keep this lead at 4, but it's a razor thin edge that they're playing with. If Complexity finds one weakness to exploit, they will collapse.
Just needs info. It's going to be a rotation game till somebody gets the damage, the info they need to get aggressive. And you know what? Maybe MoNsTcR's just going to go for it. Center map. He's in a risky spot. He can make a play, though. Nade down. Beautiful onto Shock. Shock down 1 shot. Does he commit to it? He knows he'll give up his position if he doesn't. Shock still, as he hesitates, he's in trouble, though. Huss dives in. Vetra does get the trade, make it a double. Now 46. Vetra will stabilize their deficit. Oh, my God. Vetra takes another. Is it enough, though, Garrett? 47 here. They cannot go down.
It was a tough death by MoNsTcR right there. He was waiting for Vetra to get into the position just a little too slow. Vetra eventually makes up for it by getting 3. But the lead is at 3, and there's only 2 deaths for Complexity to give up. They just are barely hanging on into this game. And this is where you rely on your vet, right? MoNsTcR, he's been in the scene forever. This is where you rely on him to make the play calls to lead your troops to victory.
Just trying to hold them off. EXO starting to get a little bit aggressive. They lost the number, though. 45 now. They need to hang back top map. Huss with a flank, though. Huss just broke things open. 49. They're flying in. Huss will die. Still 1 kill to do it. Players back base. They got no choice but defend them off like zombies. Is it enough? They take 2, but they can't find it. EXO will shoot bodies because they just reverse swept their way through this series.
Wow. What a performance from these boys on EXO. Talk about a confidence boost.
Sheesh.
And now everyone is going to have these 4 on their mind. Alex Shock moved over from Gears, and he's been so impactful to the scene. Everyone had their eyes on the Dynasty, but it's Alex Shock who's made the waves. Bid Teaches came out of nowhere just a month ago